Hi, welcome to Glow's Kinder Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I wanted to share a recipe with you that is very easy, and it's just on your stovetop, and it's a dessert. And it is called saltine cracker pudding. And as far as I can tell, this came from the Pennsylvania Dutch area, Amish area. So, and there's several different recipes for it, and I'm just going to show you one that is fairly easy. Actually, I think it's very easy, and I'll show you what the ingredients are. It's usually stuff that we all have on hand. So, what this recipe calls for is milk, eggs, sugar, coconut, vanilla extract, coconut extract, saltine crackers, and a little butter. So let's just go ahead and get started. I usually do this recipe where I'll do it 1.5 times. So let's go ahead and pour our milk in. This is 6 cups of whole milk. And I have my burner on medium. I'm just going to go ahead and pour this in here. There we go. I'm just going to move this back over here. And I believe this is a 2.5 quart or a 3-quart pot that I have here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to crack our eggs. I've got 3 eggs here, 3 large eggs. So what I do is I crack each one separately in case there's something in it. That way we don't mess up the whole thing, especially with the price of eggs right now.
Really?
So that one looks good. And so I'm going to go ahead and just beat this up a little bit. And I'm going to pour it in this bowl. And we'll do the next one. Well, that one looks good too. So I'm just going to beat that up a little bit. And we'll pour that egg in. And we'll do the last one. And I always tap my eggs on the counter instead of the side of my bowl in case it helps prevent the shell from falling into the egg. Sometimes it still does, but not as much. So we'll go ahead and pour this in. I guess I could have beat all of these together in this instead of doing it the way I did. That will still not waste egg. I'm just going to use a little spatula here to get the remainder. There we go. So I'm just going to beat these up. Oh, it looks good. So we're going to pour that right in here with our milk. There we go. Now, some of the recipes call for you to separate your eggs and whip up the egg whites and fold them in at the end. But I found that this is just makes it easier. And I have not made it, but I'm thinking about trying it, is where you do it where you put the egg whites that you whip up with a little sugar on top, and then you bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes until the meringue browns. But this just makes a really nice quick meal, or dessert I should say. I just spilled a tiny bit here, so let me wipe that up. we go. So now we're going to add our sugar. And this is 3/4 of a cup of sugar. And some of the recipes call for quite a bit more sugar, but I found that 3/4 is probably very good because the coconut that we're going to be adding in here is sweetened coconut. So I guess if you were using coconut that wasn't sweetened, of course you would want to add a little bit more sugar. Okay, so while this is warming up a little, let me just bring this over and I'm going to notice some of the egg white looked like it was rising to the top. I'm just trying to get it to combine in there real good. There. So now what we're going to do is we have to crush a sleeve of crackers. So I have found the best way to do this is to just smash this down. It's a lot less mess. See, it popped open a little bit there, so I'm just going to hang on to it on the end so it doesn't make it quite as much of a mess. And the goal here is to get it where they're broken up, but you don't want it to be like breadcrumbs, you know, like sand by any means. Let's do this. Yeah, I think this is fine. So, I'm going to take this and just empty it in with the coconut. Oh yeah, that's fine. But wasn't that easy? A lot less mess.
Looks easy, Miss Wall.
There we go. And then all you kind of want to do is just kind of mix this up. And we're going to be pouring this into our milk and egg mixture once that comes to a really, low boil. If you see some pieces here, like I saw a couple that, like this one for example, I'm just going to break that up a little bit more. But as this is cooking, it's going to, kind of dissolve into it anyway. Probably should have done a little bit larger bowl for this. I wanted to pick a clear bowl though, so you guys could see it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stir this again. Now we have to bring this up to a low boil for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to add the other. So I'm going to be back once this starts to thicken a little, and we'll continue on to the next step. This will probably take about 5 minutes. Hi. Well, here we go. This is coming up to a nice little boil here. I switched pots to a larger pot. So I have a 4.5 quart, so it's 4.5 quart pot. I have done it in that other pot, but it comes up pretty high. So I just felt like this was better for us.
Looked like it was going to overflow.
Yeah. So now we're going to be adding the saltine crackers and the coconut. And I'm just going to add a little at a time and stir it. Let's add a little bit more. What I'm doing is just stirring this to incorporate everything well. And a while back, I had made some butterscotch pudding in the microwave. And with that recipe, I tempered my egg yolks into the hot milk. And one of my subscribers, Daphne, she brought up a really good tip where you mix the eggs and the milk together and bring that up to a boil. That way you don't have to temper your eggs. And I thought that was a great tip. And so I've been doing that ever since. So thank you, Daphne, for suggesting that. That was a great tip. That's the nice thing about YouTube. We can suggest back and forth to each other and share tips and ideas, and helps everybody. So there we go. We're getting all this combined. Now as this starts to cook, these crackers are going to pretty much help thicken this as well, and they'll start to dissolve a little into this mixture. And this is going to take about 4 to 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and turn this up a little. I had turned it down to low. My burners, though, cook hotter than most. So I'm going to continue to let this cook here, and once it comes up to a low boil and thickens enough, I'll be back and we'll go on to our next step. Hi, well, look at this pudding now.
Thickening up.
See how nice and thick that is? So it's time for us to put our flavorings in it and our little bit of butter, and then we're going to let it cool. So what I put in is I put in 1 teaspoon of real vanilla. Ow, it popped right up on me. Let me turn this down. In fact, I'm going to turn it off. Don't let that happen to you like it just happened to me, because my burners cook hot though. So there's 1 teaspoon. Then the next thing is real coconut extract. Let me show you the bottle. And I'm going to put a shy teaspoon of it, more like 3/4. There we go. And then about a tablespoon of butter. And now my burner's off. We're just going to let this butter melt down in here, and then I'm going to cover it and let it cool for a bit. And by covering it, it's going to prevent it from getting that skim or film over the top. And then once this cools enough, I'll be back and we'll sample it together. I can tell you it smells good. So I'll be back in just a little bit.
It is good.
Well, it's been about 20 minutes that this is cooled, and I did put my lid on. So we don't want that skim on the top. So look how nice that turned out, you guys. I'll go ahead and put some in a dish here. It smells like coconut. It's yummy. You know, this recipe reminds me of kind of like the consistency of banana pudding with the vanilla wafers, but you have the coconut with the saltine crackers. And if you've noticed in this video, I didn't add any salt other than what was in the saltine crackers, and also that little bit that would have been in the butter. But anyway, I'm going to stop here. We're going to take a picture of it for everybody, and then of course I'll be back and I'm going to sample it for you. Look at this. Doesn't that look delicious? And so easy to make.
It is delicious. You already gave me a little taste of it. It's very good.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sample it. We did put a little whipped cream on top. Oh, it smells so good. Kind of reminds me of coconut cream pie.
Yeah, it does. I don't know if you even need the whipping cream. It was so good.
You really don't. It's just delicious, you guys. If you like coconut cream pie, you're going to love this.
It is good.
Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching our video. And if you enjoyed it and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do. And give me a like and a comment, and we'll talk to you later. I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.